everybody, I'm PJ with Princess Craft RV in Round Rock, Texas. And I am here at the InTech factory with Keith, and we're going to show you the 2020 Luna with the Rover package. It's got some new interior colors, some new features, and give us the basics on this, Keith.
Okay, so the Luna is about 1,800 pounds, all set up the way you see it here, and about 15.5 feet in overall length.
Very cool,
Yep.
And it's got the outdoor kitchen on the back.
Outdoor kitchen on the back and then a great nice sleeping space on the inside.
And of course, the Rover package is your off-road package, right?
That is, so that gives us some of our off-road tires and roof racks and all those types of things that we'll look at here.
All right, well, I tell you what, this one we're gonna do a little different. We're gonna show you the outside first. Let's get started. All right, so this Luna with the Rover package, tell me about the Rover features. It's got off-road tires.
Absolutely, so you get the off-road tires, you get a little bit of a taller axle, so it's about a 2-inch lift on the axle.
Okay.
And then the tire gives you another inch, so it really increases your ground clearance.
And what size is the tire?
That tire is a 15-inch wheel, and then it's
Okay.
a 225 tire on that 15-inch wheel.
Awesome. Awesome.
So we got the little Nerf bar side steps on the side that comes with the Rover
Yeah.
package, and those are really handy because they get you up to the roof rack.
That's right. If you wanted to tie on your kayak
Yep.
or
Yep.
deal with any extra gear on the roof, I love that.
So very durable. You can just step right up here and get up to the roof rack easily.
Okay. And even I can reach the roof rack when I stand on there because, as you can tell, I'm 5 foot. You're 6'2".
Yes.
But it makes it even reachable for me. And up here, you've put on a Rhino Rack Sunseeker. Is that an option?
That is an option. So you can get this nice 7x7 awning from Rhino Rack on here. Great to get a little bit of that sun coverage on this side of the unit.
Yeah,
The
get a
cool
little
thing
shade.
about it is the way that attaches, there are these little removable arms. You could put it on either side of the unit very easily.
Oh, wonderful. So if my campsite worked better on that side,
You
I
could
could
take
just
that
move
off
it
and put it
over.
over to the other side easily.
Very cool. All right. Before we go inside, let's go around and show people the rear kitchen.
All right, sounds good. So as we come around to the back of the Rover, you'll see one more Rover feature, and that's going to be this tubular aluminum designed bumper. Also has a neat little detail. If you look closely, you'll see the little Luna moon is laser cut out into the bumper itself.
I
So
love that.
cool little details.
Very
throughout.
stylish.
Absolutely.
I like the LED strip lights on the back.
Yep, all LED lighting all the way around on it.
Very clean feature. Let's look at the kitchen.
Pop it open.
Oh, this is gorgeous.
So this is the new kitchen for Luna in 2020. You'll see it on every Luna model. Comes with a nice, usable, big farmhouse sink, similar to what you see us using throughout some of our Soul product lines and everything.
Right.
We love this sink because of how big it is and how great it is for using for cleaning up dishes, pots and pans. Everything fits in there. Also, you're going to have your 2-burner stove off to the side. Nice thing with the stove, of course, we do give you the glass top. So if you're not using your stove, you drop your glass top, you now have a lot more countertop space to work with. Down below, because storage is always a premium in a small camper, we really tried to maximize it on this one. This is a prototype unit we're looking at here, so it does not have the shelf in, but typically there would be a shelf right there as well. So, you know, your cereal boxes, anything
that's
you're bringing
great for
with you,
food storage.
Food storage, absolutely. All right there in the back.
All right.
When we come underneath the sink, we got a little more storage. That's going to have your battery stowed away underneath here. There's also your battery kill switches underneath here. Close that up. Off to this side now we have a 12-volt cooler. This is the standard cooler that comes on the Luna. A 12-volt thermoelectric cooler will go 40 degrees below ambient temperature. You can also then option this up to a 120-volt 12-volt cooler. And so for your Texas climate, if it's 100 degrees out and you really need something that can crank down the food, that's a nice option as well.
That's great. I like the storage above it also.
Yep, so you got storage above, comes standard with this cabinet. You can also option this up to a microwave. And if you were to buy the Luna and decide down the road you want a microwave, your electrical hookups in there, you could simply just remove the doors and the microwave that we provide slides right into the opening.
Wonderful. So I could retrofit this with a microwave after I bought it.
Correct. All right, so as we come up top then, a lot of nice usable storage. So when you're using the Luna, you'd be shocked how much you can fit across this top shelf, giving you a lot of space.
And I noticed the speakers are up there in the corner too.
Correct.
Outside speakers.
So you have a 2-zone system. When we get in the inside, you'll see the stereo, which you could Bluetooth your phone into, and then you can have a zone for the inside and a zone for the outside. So you could be sitting out here, you can control your music right from your phone, have the sound off the back end of the kitchen.
Music while you're cooking.
Music while you cook.
All right, I love that.
Yep.
And then you have more storage space back here. Right now it's hidden, but let's drop this down.
You got a little built-in box right here with a bungee, so a nice, another deep storage compartment.
And it's lit up. Both those spaces are lit up with your iconic blue lights.
The blue lights, and that's all controlled at that little switch panel you see there right beside you. Yep.
Okay.
So you got your overhead light here
lights
that is shining down on the unit.
Okay.
And then you have your accent lights, which you're seeing light up here and here.
All right.
There's the water pump switch, and then you see one that says 12-volt fridge. So this fridge doesn't come with an onboard thermostat or on-off switch, so we put it right there. So if you wanted to turn your fridge off, you would just hit the button right there to turn it off.
Oh, very cool. Very easy.
Yes.
Now, I love the hooks up here too. It just kind of finishes it off with the backsplash. Speaking of style, you've got a really interesting wood look here, even though it's vinyl. Very easy to clean. It's a laminate, right?
It is, yep. So you got a laminate counter or a laminate cabinet base. Easy to clean, easy to take care of. And then when you come up to the countertop, this is new for us this year on the Lunas. We're using this vinyl that's heat wrapped over the substrate, and it gives you no edge banding. It gives you a nice finish. And this can really hold up to weather. So say you accidentally left your hatch open and some water got on board this, you don't have that point where water could get between the edge banding and the top of the countertop and create any issues in there. So we really like this because it helps seal off the unit on this exterior kitchen.
That's great. And the other thing that really is holding up to weather is the flooring, because it came from the marine industry, right?
It did as well. So this is infinity woven flooring. We found this in the marine industry being used heavily on pontoon boats and other items such as that. Very durable. We did testing with it, put grease on it, put mud on it. How did it clean up? We were really pleased.
So it's like vinyl.
It's like
you
vinyl.
Just brush it off, wipe it with a wet rag, whatever you need to do, and it cleans right up.
Cleans right up. Water and soap is all it takes to make this stuff look brand new again.
I love it. I love it. An outdoor kitchen that's functional, stylish, and holds up to all the weather.
Yep.
Doesn't get any better than that.
Doesn't get any better than that.
Well, let's look at this side over here.
Okay. So as we come around to this side, you're going to have all of your hookups are going to be over here. So you're going to have your shore power cord.
Okay.
You're going to have your coax input right here. So if you wanted to hook into cable, or if you wanted to hook an antenna up for your TV, you could do it right here on the exterior of the unit.
Perfect.
Here you have your solar prep, so it's already wired into the battery for you. If you get a solar panel, you just plug it in, set it up out in the sunshine, and you're good to go.
All right, and this is the vent for the battery, right?
Vent for your battery right there, absolutely.
Now let me ask you another question. You had mentioned that if you wanted to hook up an antenna for your TV.
Yes.
This Luna has a beautiful TV in it, but it is hooked to the stereo, the Bluetooth, the DVD player. It is not hooked to a standard antenna.
Correct. It is not hooked to a standard antenna. So if you want to pull in TV signal, you need to hook an antenna to the unit down here.
Okay. And they make some portable digital ones that will pull up local channels pretty easily just by putting a little panel on the outside, or I mean, it's temporary. So there are options.
Correct.
But that's set up in case you wanted to do a satellite dish, or maybe into cable at a campground, or put out an exterior digital TV signal.
Yep, absolutely.
All right. I just like to clarify that because that's always confusing on a smaller unit. Yes, it's always
a good question. So you will see an antenna on this unit. That's an AM/FM antenna right there, though, for the stereo. So that's what that's feeding into.
Good information. All right.
So there you got your water fill. This has an 8-gallon water tank on board. So if you were to fill up here, that would fill your 8-gallon tank. Here, if you just want to be hooked to the city, you can do that as well. Luna does not come with any sort of holding tank. So what you do, it actually drains directly out the sink as you run it. You can either slide a bucket underneath there, or it's set up with a hose attachment. So if you wanted to attach a hose, run the water off to the side of the site, you could do that as well.
And we also carry small tote tanks that can roll right under your unit and collect any runoff too. You know, if you're in a real sensitive area or a national forest, you'll want to collect it responsibly. Very simple to get rid of. We have small tote tanks you can dump in a restroom or, you know, any place that's appropriate for runoff water.
Correct.
All right, let's move forward.
All right. So coming up the side, you'll see there's a porch light on this side as well. Those are on both sides of the unit there for you.
Okay, so Keith, before we go inside, because with doors on both sides, it's so tempting.
Yes.
Let's just show really quickly the front of the unit and that huge windshield
All right,
that
let's go
everybody
around.
loves. Now, coming around the front, Keith, the first thing everybody noticed is this giant wraparound window.
Yes.
Yeah.
So the Luna comes with a full fiberglass front cap. And in doing so, we're able to design our own windshield that goes on the very front of this unit specifically for the Luna and gives you a very neat exterior look. But when we get into the inside, that's when you'll really start to see the value of having that glass.
That's when we will just
Yep.
love it. That's what makes the inside really so special, I think anyway. I love the design of the front cap. Now, do I need to worry about the windshield and it getting rock chipped or having issues?
So this is a windshield just like your car windshield is.
Okay.
It's a 3-ply tempered glass windshield. If it were to have a rock come up and chip it, per se, you'd be able to do a gel repair on it just like you would your car windshield.
Okay.
In the rare case that you were to do something to actually break the windshield, same thing. You'd be able to take it into a glass shop. They'd be able to repair it just the same way as they would your car. So very easy to take care of if there were to be a problem. We also offer, and this one has the option on it, you see the stud sticking out there. There's a windshield cover. So if you want that little extra peace of mind, you throw a windshield cover on the unit when you're going down the road. Now you're protected from any rocks or any debris that might pop up and hit the windshield.
Well, between the tempered glass windshield and the molded fiberglass front, this is a pretty durable unit on the front and very cool looking, just adds a lot to the Rover line, the
Yes,
Luna
it does.
line. And then this front piece, if you pull the pins and open this up, you are actually at the propane tank, is that
You'd
correct?
be at the propane tank then. So as opposed to having that propane tank sitting out here on the tongue where you have to stare at it, we built it in, it's molded right into that fiberglass cap, giving it a really sharp look.
And how many propane tanks?
That is a single 20-pound propane tank in there. And that will last you a long time considering all that tank's running is your 2-burner LP stove in the back.
Excellent. And the other thing that I want to notice right here is that you're looking at this triple tube aluminum frame.
Yes.
Because the construction on this is very different than most trailers, right?
It is. So at InTech, one thing that we are known for, the thing we do differently, is we build all of our frames in-house and we do it out of aluminum. So a lot of people promote aluminum frame construction. They're actually talking about they'll have some sort of aluminum tubing in their walls. We build a base frame fully out of aluminum, designed by InTech, welded and built here. We also do a cage frame on top of that. So our walls that you see in our roof, they're not structural. There is a cage, a fully welded aluminum cage frame behind those walls that holds every InTech together. So it's a very strong, durable design. We build it to last for generations, not just for the short term.
And because I'm here at the factory, I've been able to see this entire framed out Luna
Yes.
that looks like it's just amazing. It looks like it's all one piece. It's solid, welded in every corner.
Yep.
And not only is it the sides, the top, but it's the chassis. The only thing that is not aluminum is going to be the stabilizer jacks that come down.
Stabilizer jacks in your axle. That'd be the only things that would have to be steel on the unit.
Everything else is connected, so when it goes down the road, you have a solid trailer.
Correct.
That's awesome. I love that. All righty. Well, I tell you what, I think we've put this off long enough. Let's go
Time to
inside.
jump inside.
Let's do it.
All right.
All right. Let's see.
So, welcome to the inside.
I love the feel of this trailer on the inside.
Yes.
Now, it's not a big trailer. It's not tall. How tall is it on the
So
inside
you're
and the
about
height?
4.5 feet of head height on the inside, which for a teardrop is a lot of space. This is a very non-claustrophobic
Right.
feeling little teardrop trailer.
And part of the reason I think is that huge windshield on the front, and then you have windows on both sides and doors on both sides.
Yes, very open feeling. And what's
It's
unique
amazing.
about it is that what you and I are doing right here. We're sitting up. There's room for 2 more adults to be in here if we wanted to. It's not a teardrop where you can only sleep in, where you can only lay down. You have room to actually sit up, relax inside this space.
Well, you've got the perfect seat right there to actually watch TV.
Yes.
And if you haven't noticed yet, there is a fireplace in this.
Yep.
Yeah?
Fireplace on board, which is also a heat source. So really neat, nice mood setting little fireplace there, but it also provides you heat. So that's an optional piece inside the Luna.
And you told me the reason that you did that was because you wanted some very economical heat to be right here in this trailer along with the air, so this trailer could go anywhere.
Absolutely. So whatever your climate is, wherever you're going, now you can stay warm on those cool nights inside the Luna.
That's awesome. Tell me about the rest of the front that I'm looking at here.
All right, so as you go across the back then, you'll see the converter. You'll see that we have the Puma Drive AC unit. That's an 8,000 BTU. Plenty of cooling.
Oh
for
my
this little
goodness,
unit
for this
right here.
small space.
Absolutely. So we do some fairly strenuous heat testing on those. Performs great. Next to that, you'll see we have our Jensen CD, DVD, and stereo right there. So that's the unit we were talking about in the back where you can Bluetooth into that. We have 2 speakers inside the unit. They're up here towards the glass section, but that is also your DVD player. So if you were to take a DVD, place it in there, it would communicate directly to the TV and then play that sound through your speakers.
What size is this TV?
So that's a 32-inch Jensen TV. We select the Jensen TVs because they have been vibration tested. And all the attachments go through to the frame of the TV, so you don't have to worry about anything coming off while you're going down the road.
That sounds great. And 2 little knobs up here for hanging extra gear.
Couple
Anything
knobs,
else you need?
Gear, clothes, coats, whatever you need. As you go up above you, then we're going to see that for the 2020s, we've had a lot of interior storage.
Yes.
So you've got cabinets, you've got 2 cubbies across the top. They both have the blue lighting inside them. And then across the back, you have the nice, bright, shiny cabinet doors that open up to storage inside there as well. So lots of place to tuck away your gear inside this unit.
Right. And then windows on both sides with not only the day shade, but you've also got the night shade here as well.
Correct.
So you can black out the light,
Yep.
sleep till noon without a problem, right?
Absolutely.
Ah, that's my kind of trailer.
Absolutely.
Now tell me about this. I am sitting on these super comfy chairs that could actually turn in any direction, move to the back, move to the front. What do you call these chairs?
So these are our optional futon mattresses. The unit comes standard with 2 twin mattresses inside. When you upgrade to these, what you get is a mattress that is a seat, and it also transforms into a bed.
Ah, so this lays out and unfolds to be your bed.
Your bed, and you have a full. So the nice thing about the length of this unit, it's 6 feet 8 inches from the back wall to the front wall here. So even a taller person like myself, I'm 6'2", plenty of room to lay out inside the Luna.
Wow, that's great to know. And how wide is it?
So width-wise on the interior, you're going to be a 6 foot.
All
so
right.
Lots of interior space for sleeping.
Plenty of space
Absolutely.
in here. All right, and 4.5 feet to the ceiling right up here in the
4.5
center
feet up
peak.
to the ceiling.
It is curved, so it's going to be slightly less in the front and the back, right?
Correct. Slightly less in the front and the back.
Okay. Well, I tell you what, let's talk about what's over there where you are.
So as you come around to the front, you'll see we've got it set up to where you can have 2 little seats right here. There's also storage underneath these seats, so both of these fold down.
Oh, I love that.
This works out nice for a little table if you wanted your coffee pot inside in the morning or something like that. You got space right here. And then, of course, what makes the Luna great is the windshield. So
That's right.
we can look out. We got the nice big view right here. If it's nighttime and we want to block it off, we got our roll shade that simply comes down and goes up like that, completely blacks us out for the nighttime. And then as we go to the top here, you can see the speakers we were talking about earlier. And you have 2 little reading lights. They come on white, and then you can also light them up as a blue light too, just for more mood setting light.
Lovely. You know, I love the panel across the top. This one says Rover, but if you didn't have the Rover package, you would simply have a wood-styled valance at the top. It's
Correct.
stylish, it's useful. I love the feel of this, the contrast in all the decor. And like we talked about outside, that weatherproof flooring is in here, the infinity flooring.
Correct.
That's actually used in the boat industry. So you never have to worry about getting it muddy, getting it wet, getting it dirty, getting it greasy.
Yep.
Because it really does. It has some texture, but it cleans really well.
It is. It's almost like a PVC coating they put over the strands, so it cleans up very easily.
Now on the front here, I see that we have what most people call a charging station with the 12-volt plug-in and the USBs. And then the 110 on the other side. In the center is the LP detector. And all right there, just a nice...
Yep, as this being a nice countertop surface for you, it's a very convenient spot to be able to plug in, set your phones, your laptop, whatever that might be, right up on top.
Right. And then you have 2 more hanging pegs on each side.
2 more hooks, so if you had a coat or something like that, or towels you wanted to hang up, you can do that right there on the sides.
You know, this light gray paneling on the walls and just the windows, the white marble style on the top here. I don't know, I can't explain how great it feels in here. Yes, it's small. It isn't a huge trailer. You look very comfortable in this trailer. You're not slouching too much, are you?
No. So I'm 6'2", and you can see even sitting straight up, there's a decent amount of headroom for me sitting inside this trailer.
I love this trailer. If you are looking for something that's small, compact, and you know, a lot of garages this would actually fit in, correct?
It will. So the Rover package exceeds the 7 foot. It goes to 7 feet 1 inch. Now, one nice thing about our roof rack on this design is it's adjustable. So you could actually also remove the top bars when you weren't using them. You'd get back below 7 feet of height, and you would be garageable again in most garages.
That's such a cool thing.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so if you're looking for something small that goes in a garage, this would fit that bill. Anything else we need to know about this?
We've covered the basics on it. So as you would look at the exterior, if you were to not get the Rover package, you just wouldn't get those items we talked about as far as the off-road looking pieces, but everything else is the same on a Luna.
So you wouldn't get the tires, you wouldn't get the step-up bars, and
Correct.
you wouldn't have the rack on the top, and you would not have the Rover graphics.
And you wouldn't have the Rover graphics. Everything else would be the same.
Okay, so a couple of different Rovers to choose from. This is the 2020 version. I love this. Once again, you guys stepped it up. Thanks so much for spending time with us, explaining all the details on this trailer. I have had such a great time here at the factory. Now, I know there's some things on this that we didn't answer. It's always the case in these videos. So please leave us a comment. We'll try to answer all of your questions. And subscribe to our YouTube channel if you want to see more videos. And thanks for watching from the InTech factory.
Thanks
Keith
for
and I
coming
will
and checking
say,
us out.
absolutely. We'll see you next time.